There's no way. I just got an update that Anthony Rendon is probably going to be missing 2025 with hip surgery. That's the worst contract of all time. I can't believe this is even happening. But then again, it's Anthony Rendon, so I don't expect anything different. Oh man, if you're an Angels fan, I don't even know what to say. Had to start with that, but in today's recap, we have Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, kind of calling out the Dodgers for showboating and not showing class after winning the World Series. The Pirates are doing Pirates things. They traded for a guy that they knew had an injury. They said, oh no, he's gonna be okay. He's also out with surgery. The Dodgers are bringing back a fan favorite and a future Hall of Famer, and also the GOAT Mike Trout. He's getting disrespected by MLB Network. So again, we'll talk about all of that and more in today's recap. If you're brand new, leave a like and subscribe. Man, feels like a punch to the gut that Rendon is out for 2025, and I'm not even an Angels fan. Anyways, be sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek, Underdog Fantasy. You guys know the drill. Let's start talking baseball. So let's talk about what the Pirates recently did before we get into the Angels signing Kenley Jansen. I forgot to mention that as well. Also, Mike Trout getting disrespected by MLB Network was not on my bingo card, but a few weeks ago, the Pirates, they made a trade with the Guardians for Spencer Horwitz. So the Guardians picked up Spencer from the Blue Jays, and then they flipped him for Luis Ortiz, and to Pittsburgh, Spencer Horwitz went. Now, one thing that kind of came out and was unearthed is that the Pirates were aware that Spencer Horwitz was dealing with a wrist ailment. It was something that they didn't think was going to be all that bad. They just thought, hey, with some rest, he's going to get better. Well, it was just announced that Spencer Horwitz is going to have corrective wrist surgery, and I guess I'll be fair to them. He's only going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, but considering that's like a 2-month time span, why would they even make this trade, let alone give away Luis Ortiz? Maybe if they would have found out about that wrist issue, that they could have lessened the deal back to Cleveland. Luis Ortiz is disgusting, and they got an injured player in return. There are way too many fan bases in baseball that I've been sending virtual hugs to and feeling sorry for this offseason. There are some terribly ran franchises out there, and I'll say this, Pirates fans, Angels fans, some other fan bases out there, you deserve a brand new owner, and if you said, hey, I'm turning in my Angels fandom card or my Pirates fandom card, I'm going to be a fan of a different team just for 2025, I wouldn't blame you. Paul Skeens shows he's a generational face of the franchise type player, and you reward him with the underwhelming offseason, and to make matters worse, the best pickup this offseason is now going to be missing almost 8 weeks with surgery, and you even knew about this. Moving on to the Angels, and yeah, Mike Trout, he could be playing on one leg. I'm serious about this. He could be playing on one working leg, kind of like he did last year, and he's still better than the 39th player in baseball. That's what Major League Baseball just ranked him as. 39th. By the way, if you guys want me to react to their full top 100 once they announce everything, do me a favor, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. I know that Mike only played in 29 games last year, and it was kind of a freak injury where he banged up that knee sliding into home, but in those 29 games, he had 10 home runs and a 140 OPS plus. Why are we pretending that he was a bum? He was also striking out less too. He had a 140 OPS plus despite a career worst 194 BABIP. That is batting average on balls in play. That essentially just means he had a 140 OPS plus despite being the most unlucky hitter in baseball. And I say unlucky because he has elite bat speed. He still hits the ball pretty hard. He also was top 10% in sprint speed as well. So when he was hitting the ball hard, it was directly to someone. It was kind of like the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. curse where he was hitting the ball hard, but that BABIP was at an all-time low because it was going directly to someone. So I'm in the camp saying that Mike Trout, again, he could be on one working leg, and I'm still going to put him in my top 20 at the very least. So that's my take on Mike Trout honestly being disrespected by MLB Network, but there are a ton of other people out there saying, Fuzzy, they're not wrong for saying this. The best ability is availability, and Mike Trout is not available very often. And I understand what you're saying, but if we're just ranking players based off talent, there's no way that we're saying Matt Chapman is better than Mike Trout. Like, stop that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about Mike Trout basically being the 40th ranked player in baseball according to MLB. One more Angel story. Kenley Jansen just picked up a $10 million deal, a 1-year deal to go be a halftime closer with Ben Joyce. I don't know if Ben Joyce is going to be a setup guy and Kenley's going to be the main guy, but yeah, Kenley's going to the Angels for $10 million. Billy Wagner being inducted into the Hall of Fame is great news for Kenley because Kenley, I mean, he's pretty much kept up with all of the stats that Billy put up, but he has a lot more strikeouts and saves. Now, we can't ignore that Father Time has kind of caught up to Kenley over the last few seasons. Since 2022, he has a 3.4 ERA, and the strikeouts have dropped every year since that point, but I don't think that he's going to be the main closer. I believe that he's going to be splitting time with Ben Joyce because Ben put up a 2.08 ERA last year in 35 105 innings. He throws 103 to 105, so it's probably a good idea to have a veteran in his circle to give him a few off days so he's not throwing 106 for 10 pitches a night and then going out the next night trying to do the same thing. This is smart. I'm going to show a tweet that I put out on my Twitter yesterday, basically showing all of the notable additions for the Angels this offseason. What do you make of this? Because there are so many big name, high profile names that the Angels have added this year, but a lot of them are older and their prime is in the rear view mirror. But it makes sense now why the Angels picked up a Yoan Moncada, a Tim Anderson, because the left side of their infield is gone for basically the beginning and maybe end of 2025. Zach Neto, he's going to be missing the first month with that shoulder surgery, and Anthony Rendon, he could be done as an Angel because of that hip surgery, and they might just give up on him entirely. So again, makes perfect sense why they've brought in Tim Anderson and Yoan Moncada just to shore up that left side of the infield until Neto gets back, and Moncada, he's going to stay at third base. But yeah, let me know. What do you make of the Angels offseason? A lot of people are saying, hey, it's been pretty good, and I give them some credit, while a lot of other people are saying these are just a bunch of names that are going to get traded for prospects at the deadline because the Angels are not going to be good. Which side are you on? We'll talk about Aaron Boone feeling some type of way about this very team, the Dodgers, in just a second. We have to talk about Clayton Kershaw and Kiké Hernández going back to the Dodgers now. Soon to be 37-year-old Kershaw was not great last year, a 4.5 ERA across 7 starts. He did turn down a $10 million player option. I'm not sure if that's because starting pitching, the rates for a starting pitcher are crazy high, so maybe he can get more than that, or is he doing the Dodgers a favor and opting out of that $10 million to accept a lesser contract? I genuinely don't feel like that's what's going to happen, but maybe because he's been injury prone over the last few seasons, he's going to take lesser money. That way the players union can't come down on Clay and say, hey, you're ruining the value for other pitchers your age. You got to take more money. What do you think is happening? Man, we're asking a lot of questions in today's recap. Also, Enrique is 100% confirmed coming back on a 1-year, $6.5 million deal. He's been one of the most inconsistent yet most clutch players in Dodgers history. 1 year he turns in an above average OPS plus. He's really good both in the box and on defense. The next year he stinks it up in the box. He's great on defense, but then when the postseason rolls around, he figures it out all over again. We're talking about a guy who has 15 home runs and a near 880 OPS over his postseason career. Mr. Hernandez, yeah, he's as clutch as it gets. From the Dodgers to their dance partners in the World Series, the New York Yankees, the Yankees manager Aaron Boone did not take too kindly with some of the comments from Dodger players after they won the chip. Aaron Boone basically said that guys like Joe Kelly and Chris Taylor did not show class after winning the World Series. Joe Kelly, he said that the Yankees had, quote, well-known defensive issues, like season-long issues. I don't know why that is a problem saying that out loud because it's an objective truth. Like the Yankees defense was sus all year long. Gleyber Torres said, nah, I'm not moving to third base to help out the team. I mean, it was an actual problem. The longtime Dodger, Chris Taylor, the utility guy, he said that the Yankees crapped down their leg after that 5th inning meltdown. Now, he didn't say crapped. He said something else. You guys can figure it out. But I mean, all of this is true. It's just that Aaron Boone says, despite the fact that it's true, it's not classy. Boone came out and said that if the Yankees are in the same spot and they win a chip in 2025, they're going to handle it with more class. Now, he did defend stars like Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Kershaw, that those guys were not the ones opening their mouth and making a lot of noise. He said that winning kind of gave the lower echelon players on the Dodgers a more colorful attitude, kind of an ego, and they took full advantage of that and mouthed off, as he said, basically. That does it for today's recap. I hope that you all enjoyed. I'm putting my Angels cap back on because, I mean, I gotta rock with my Angels fans. If you're watching out there, I'm so sorry, but thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.